Hey guys, welcome to a new video. I just want to have a quick look with you guys at the news site for patch 5.3 for Final Fantasy XIV, Reflections in Crystal. As it says here, that's coming out 11th of August 2020, as you guys probably know. I normally don't really do like these news videos, but this patch is kind of special to me because it is the first actual patch that I'm, I feels relevant for me, if that makes sense. Of the other patches, I was still way back in other expansions leveling, and this one actually feels like a new patch release. I'm actually excited about this one. So let's just have a quick scroll through, and I'll give you guys my opinion from the perspective of sort of more of a new player, if that makes sense, right? So obviously the story is going to continue in the MSQ. Now, I am only in 5.1 at this point, so I won't go over this too deeply, especially this text over here was a little too spoilery for me. But this is really interesting stuff. As twilight shadows deepen, what manner of fate will the crystal's glow reveal? Look at this art. It's really, giving us hints of some really cool stuff happening. Graatia doing his thing. There's some of the models for the Ascians in here. And we have Elidibus and we have Albert over here. So this is going to be good stuff. And I've already heard that 5.3 is going to be the closing chapter for Shadowbringers. So I'm a bit behind, not gonna lie, but I'm really looking forward to this, and this seems to be a proper ending. I'm really curious what we'll do. Let's go on. So there will be a new dungeon as well, probably part of the story, right? The Hero's Gauntlet. And it seems in this dungeon, the whole of Northrend becomes a battlefield, right? So maybe you're gonna hop across a few zones and then, meet some cool bosses. We have some art over here we can have a look at. So this sort of feels fairy-like to me, with the petals and stuff. So I'm curious what they will do here. We have this really cool, I think it's a boss model, judging from the characters below, right? This is one of the best done models they've done, I think. Look at that glamour. I'm really, I really want a few of these pieces for my Black Mage. I think this is perfect. I really hope they release that as well, but we'll see. Excellent model. And here's some more glamour stuff for your character. It's really Ascian style, right? And you have these masks that remind me of the actual Ascians you see in Amarot, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. So really Ascian style stuff. I love it. I love it. Cool stuff. So let's continue on scrolling. We have a mystery trial. This will probably also be part of the story, and there will be an extreme trial releasing at the same time, as far as I know. I'm not 100% on that piece, but obviously this is still like a super spoiler, so I'm glad they don't show me the face at this point. It's only some static over here, so that's something to look forward to, and I'm curious where in the difficulty ladder it will place itself. So we have some side story content with the Sorrow of Wurlit. This is probably, I haven't done this piece again, but this is after the Ruby Weapon fight. We have some art here as well. This guy always reminds me of Gundam Wing, if any of you guys looked at that. And here's a really interesting screenshot as well. I can't tell you guys too much about it because I haven't done that piece of the content yet. So let's have a look at a few more of the artwork. This was obviously the one we started with. Crystal Exarch. This is the boss model we just talked about, but without the background. As I said before, beautiful model. I really want that cape thing. Hopefully we can actually get it in-game as well. And here's my good friend Gundam Wing again. Alright, so we've had a look at the art, and I really want to have some time with you guys to look at this list, because we've covered a few pieces of this already. This was in the preview. Obviously there will be a new part of the Alliance raid. I haven't done this yet in the actual Shadowbringers game, the first part yet. But I've heard some really good stories about it. I'm looking forward to doing all of them. But I can't comment too much about this. This is something that was covered as well. The one thing I'm most excited about is this, the Unreal difficulty. They will do the Ak-Afa Amphitheater, if I'm pronouncing that correctly again. It will be against Shiva, and this Unreal difficulty, they stated that instead of us sinking down to meet the boss will sync up towards us. So I'm really curious what they will do here. As you guys know, I play a lot of synced content, so I'm really curious where in sort of difficulty ladder of Shadowbringers they will place this stuff. So we will see. Then there's a lot of crafting stuff. I'm not the biggest crafter yet, but I heard that the custom delivered is something for crafting. There's some more beast stripe quests, and I heard that this will have a focus on crafting as well for the dwarves. There's some stuff that I actually don't know what they're meaning. This one, I have no clue. Sounds interesting, but I do not know. There's something for PvP players as well. The Guardian Restoration is a system or a piece of content I have not done before, but I'm glad they're updating. I've heard some really good stuff about that as well. Same for Skysteel Tool. This one is something I really want to emphasize again, because I think this is super important for new players. I remember for myself, I had a break in the infamous 100 quests between A Realm Reborn and Heavensward, and if they're streamlining that and making it more accessible, that's really going to help new players to get to the interesting stuff, you know. I'm not going to say A Realm Reborn is not that interesting, but, you know, Heavensward is definitely a step up from that kind of content. So hopefully that will help. I heard they will introduce flying as well, so that will help quite a bit too. I believe this is for crafting as well, and the last thing I really want to emphasize is this New Game Plus updates, which I'm looking forward to. I think New Game Plus is a system that is really interesting within Final Fantasy XIV. I'm curious what they will do. Will this just be the A Realm Reborn story given shape, or will this be something else that they mean? We're gonna have to wait for the patch notes for that answer. So that's it for this preview, guys. If you like this kind of quick videos where we're just gonna talk about and give you my opinion on some new content, let me know in the comments below. If you like what you see, please like and subscribe. That helps the channel out a bunch. And for that, I have been Myth from Millennial Fantasy. Take care.